Hey, podcaster. Well, today we tested our BS meter. We asked for your stories of unlikely love stories. Plus, Liam actually gave us something that actually happened when he met Ryan Reynolds. So you get a little behind the scenes of that. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You ready?
stop what you're doing and listen.
Live across Australia. Higgins Radio. This is Ben, Liam, and Bell on Nova.
Good evening, Australia.
Let's kick it off tonight, 13 24 10. We're looking for your unlikely love stories. If you met your partner or you know someone that did in a really weird way, we'd love to hear from you. We do have prizes up for grabs. We all remember earlier this week there was that video doing the rounds of the dare I say, hot guy who'd been for a run and then he jumped in the pool of someone's house. And then she came on the news and said, who is this guy? I've got him on camera. Turns out his name is Matt. He was on Sunrise and he's actually issued an apology.
To me, it looked like a show home, like a display home. I didn't think anyone lived there. And so I just decided, I was hot and I just thought I'd go for a swim. I just want to apologise and say I'm sorry for, for swimming in your pool, and hopefully we can put this behind us and go for a swim somewhere, or, I don't know, go for a drink.
Huh? What?
He definitely hits on her.
Go for a drink, you reckon?
Yeah.
If you didn't catch it at the very end, I reckon he's directing what he said towards the lady who did the original message.
Hopefully we can put this behind us and go for a swim somewhere, or, I don't know, go for a drink.
If you haven't seen the footage, he does wink when he says that. So, yeah, the way we're taking it is he obviously saw the video of her saying, who is this guy in my pool? He's now said, well, hello.
Zero to hero. I mean, if you're swimming in a random's pool, then you end up getting a partner out of it.
Imagine if that's the story of how you met your partner, because they could get together now, they could have a date and then get married and have kids.
And originally she was like, oh, he was all sweaty, it's really gross. And then everyone jumped on his side and said, oh my God, he's so hot. And now having seen him on Sunrise talking about it, he's still a solid 9 out of 10. I will give him that. So yeah, if they do go for a drink and this is, the love story for them, that would be beautiful. 13 24 10. We're looking for your unlikely love stories. Georgina in Brisbane joins us. Georgina, what's yours?
We met, funnily. I was in Rhodes Island in Greece visiting some family and working, and met my now husband, and we both did not speak each other's language, so we had a friend who would come out with us as a translator.
Oh my gosh, Georgina, surely you've seen Love Actually, yeah?
Yes.
You're like in Love Actually where they can't speak the same language and then they both learn the language for each other.
So we did that, yes.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Can you give us a bit of Greek?
Μπορώ να μιλήσω ελληνικά, ναι.
Very good. She probably just told us to go stick it.
Good on you, Georgina. That is perfect. 13 24 10 is our number. Unlikely love stories.
Hayley in Melbourne, what's your unlikely love story?
Hi. My unlikely love story was I was shopping for a used car and he was a used car salesman. So I went for a test drive with him. He couldn't sell me the car, but he followed up a couple of days later to see if I needed help with anything else. And we're now married and having kids.
Whoa.
I love that. So look what I can do for you, baby. Oh, I can get you the Nissan Skyline. I'll throw in a marriage in there as well. How about that? Yeah. And you can get 2 years servicing. How does that sound?
Oh, that's sweet, Hayley. Could have gone another way, but it went a beautiful way. Drew in Sydney, good evening. Tell us your unlikely love story.
I met my partner at a Macca's. We were both customers in line, and we just started chatting, and now we've been together for nearly a year.
Aww.
Hell yeah. It pays to go in sometimes, because if you were drive-throughing, never would have met him.
That's true. That's true.
Do you remember his order?
Yeah.
It was probably just a medium cheeseburger meal with Coke.
Yeah,
Definitely
gorgeous.
Coke.
What was yours?
I don't remember.
Yeah, so romantic.
Yeah, probably a double quarter pounder, eh?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my order, the halfie.
Yeah, romantic. Chris
Half a pound.
in Melbourne joins us now. What is your unlikely love story?
So my wife and I were on a work course, and the icebreaker was a murder mystery where you got randomly selected a name and you had to try and get them alone to kill them. So my first words to my wife in a corridor in a conference centre was, "You're dead."
You're dead. And so what? That's it. That's how you met.
that's how we met. And 31 years later, we're still together.
Oh, man, I love that.
Chris, that's beautiful in itself. But let me get this straight. Your work sent you on a conference to play a murder mystery game. What the hell?
That was the icebreaker to get to know each other.
I see.
Over the 3 days, we had to try and work out who was who.
Yeah, but isn't it an icebreaker? All right, go around the circle, say 3 words about yourself. No, this is you're going around killing each other.
It works. Shattered the ice. I mean, they're married 31 years.
Absolutely. 13 24 10. Keep your calls coming through. Jess in Sydney, you got a pickup line to meet your partner. Is that right?
Yeah. So, look, a little bit of context first. My little sister met this guy and came home telling me all about him. She goes, "Look, he's a really great guy. I think, you guys are really hit it off. I think you'd get married." And we were young at the time, so I was like, "Oh, okay." Anyway, a couple of months later, I ended up seeing him at just a group hangout thing, seeing him in public. So I thought, I'll introduce myself. So the first words I ever said to him were, "Hi, I heard you're my future husband. My name's Jess. And we have now been married for 2.5 years."
Nice.
Wow. Hi, I heard you're my future husband.
Yeah, that's good. That's good wedding fodder, isn't it, for the speeches? I bet everyone was trying to get that into their speech.
Yeah.
Laura, what about you? Unlikely love story.
So I had gone to bingo 23 years ago, and I just wanted to be by myself. And
as you do on bingo night, just get away from me. Let me bloody do my numbers in peace.
That's right. And so I was sitting at a table, and you're not allowed to enter the hall while the numbers are being called.
Rightly
and
so.
This person entered the hall, came and sat at my table, decided to get up again and make a coffee.
Oh, no, Laura.
And then he came back and sat down.
Pig.
He'd never played bingo before, and then decided to ask me how to play during the break. Told him quickly how to play, and then at the end of that, he decided to offer me some lollies, and so I had a lolly.
This is so rogue. I mean.
And anyway, so from there, I got his name, and I remembered he owned a business, and I couldn't remember the name of it. So I'd gone home that night, went through the yellow pages, the white pages,
Seriously?
Yeah.
and found his business. Then throughout the week, dropped in to see if that was the same person at the same business, which it was. He wasn't actually there, so I went back to work, and then a couple of days later, I went downstairs and saw the car that I'd seen him drive off in, parked outside the front of my work, and he was actually going to the fish and chip shop.
Laura, you cannot write this, and I mean it. You cannot write this. This is taking so many twists and turns, and it's like a movie.
So, I left my business card under his windscreen wiper, and he called me that night, and he hadn't actually realised I'd left my business card there until it started raining, and he put it on. He thought he got a fine, so he got out of the car and saw my business card, called me that night, and we've been married for 23 years.
Wow. I'd be blown away if someone was listening and it's like, no way, that's how I met my partner. So that's your classic love story, isn't it? You're playing bingo, someone walks in, they're making coffee, they don't know, you give them some lollies, and then you forget their business name, you go through the whole yellow and white pages, you find their business, you put a card under there when they're out for getting fish and chips.
And they don't see it.
But then he got a fine?
He thought it was a fine.
Thought it was a fine.
And he got out.
I got a fine. Hang on. No, it's a business card of my future wife. There you go.
The Ben, Liam and Bell Podcast.
13 24 10. Did you embarrass yourself in front of a celebrity? Because I did, Ben and Bell. This week I met Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool himself. Wrexham, his team that he bought a few years ago, got promoted back to back to back. They made history. I was at the game in Wales. It was very exciting. And yesterday there was an interview that was played, and I'll be honest, that was AI generated. I forgot to record a chat with him for the show. And I think I might have got some of you. Some of you may have sniffed through it, but yes, I'll be honest, that was not real.
Yeah, you don't say.
It's fabricated.
If anyone heard that, yes, obviously.
You can check it out in the Ben Liam Bell podcast. In that, it is like his AI voice, but I was asking all the questions that I would have asked had I thought of asking him the questions.
Yes,
but I didn't.
Yeah.
Caught up in the moment. That's what happens when a big A-list celebrity, they're in front of you. You get nervous. You get shaky.
It's cute. You can see it on your Insta.
You get
Liam.
cagey.
Like,
Yeah.
you've got this photo with him, and it looks great.
Yeah. So do you know what happened though? Do you know what the actual, and people see that, they're, oh, sick. Liam met Ryan Reynolds. They were hanging out.
Yeah.
wow, that would have been cool. Wonder if they had a few beers together. Do you want to know what actually happened?
Do not say it's AI.
No, I did.
Okay.
I did meet him. But what happened is so he was there, he was getting swarmed. You'll see it in the finale of the documentary, Welcome to Wrexham. He's he's out with the people, he's pouring beers, everyone's getting around him. It's their big day. And, he was being nice, he was interacting with people. And I got close to him and I was like, wow. And I was just like, everyone was just getting, I was like, Ryan, can I get a photo? And he's like, of course, man. Of course, yeah, jump in, yeah. And so I've put my hand out and keeping in mind there's it's rushed. There's people everywhere. They're pulling him in all different directions. And so I've got my phone up there. I've got my camera. I get it in selfie mode. I put it out. And with your left side of your phone, if you press the volume button, you can take a photo.
Yes.
So what I did is I got Ryan Reynolds there in the shot with me and I used my thumb on the right side to turn my phone off.
I've done that before.
And then I was like, I'm sorry. Oh, can you just wait a minute? And then I was trying to swipe it up and it wasn't reading my face. And then I had to put my password in. And he was just sort of awkwardly standing there. And I'm like, please just, And then
Hang on. I would say a good 10% of the population use that finger
what
trick
a
on the
loser.
volume.
I know, but I've
press
done it.
the normal
I've done
one.
it so many times with the left, but in the heat of the moment, I went the right. I clammed up. I don't know what happened.
That's such an old man thing to do.
Star power. And the only thing more old man is if I got my iPad up to get a selfie with him.
Or you brought your phone down and then had to do the phone case that opens up like a book and went, hang on, Ryan. Oh, poor Liam.
Sarah joins us now in Sydney. You fumbled the bag in front of a celeb.
I definitely did. So I met Ariana Grande years back when she was here for her Dangerous Woman tour.
Oh, my God, what?
And it was phenomenal. But when we were doing the meet and greet, my mouth was moving, but no words were coming out. And it was the most awkward thing. And she just said, let's take a photo. And I just nodded with my eyes wide open. I'm like, oh, my God, I've just fumbled this whole moment.
You couldn't get it out. You just couldn't get it out of your mouth.
I totally get it. As like I love Ariana more than life. And I would be exactly the same, Sarah. If I met her, it would just be totally speechless.
Exactly how it was.
Belle does that with interviews we have on air sometimes. So imagine if it was Ariana,
To be honest, I thought you were about to say, Belle does that in front of us sometimes. Yeah, I get it, Sarah.
Sarah, thank you very much. 13 24 10 is our number. Give us a buzz here at Nova. When did you fumble in front of a celeb?
Caitlin in Sydney, what happened to you?
Oh, you guys, it's so embarrassing.
Oh, no.
I can't believe I'm admitting this on the radio. So I was 17 and I won a competition to be flown to America to meet the One Direction.
Oh, well, I mean, and that's in One Direction's peak as well, right?
It was in the peak. I was 16 years old. 16 years old with a bit of undiagnosed anxiety. They came into the room. I could barely speak. I was so anxious. I walk up to meet them. I vomited a little bit in my mouth, swallowed it, and then Harry Styles asked if I was okay, and I couldn't speak because I was worried I was going to vomit in front of them. So I just
oh no,
walked up,
Caitlin.
took the photo, very awkwardly.
Yeah,
but at least I vomited in my mouth, but at least I didn't go everywhere.
Yeah,
So
you swallowed it down like a champ, and I'm sure One Direction appreciated it.
I didn't eat the whole day leading up to it. I was so anxious.
Yeah.
So that was probably like 8 o'clock at night. The whole day's been leading up to it. And yeah.
Well, you got a meal just before you met them, obviously.
Oh, Caitlin.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Look over there. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a Balrog. Oh, no, it's just Ben Lehman Bell. Oi, stop gooning. The next bit's about to start.
If you missed it on yesterday's show, we're doing the Impossible Phoner, and we said, call us if you don't have a phone. Now, we understand that does sound literally impossible. We did get a few calls, actually, but we did get a call at this time yesterday from a guy called Matt. What are you calling us from?
From payphone.
Whoa!
Matthew! How old are you, Matt?
I'm 33.
Oh, dude.
My mate was driving me on a date.
So do you not have a car either?
No, I don't have a car either.
Dude, do you think you could come to this same payphone again tomorrow night and let us know how your first date goes and let us know how it goes when you drop that you don't have a car and don't have a phone and see what she reckons?
I could do that, all right?
Now, we had no idea if he was going to call us back. It's been exactly 24 hours.
There was no way of calling him to, arrange it, you know what I mean? Because it's a payphone.
The phone has rung. We're going to go to Matty now. Matt, are you calling us from the same payphone?
Exact same one.
Hey, nice and clear and a little bit crispy.
Incredible. So tell us, how did the hot date go?
Date went well. Went out for tacos and margaritas.
Hell
and then
yeah,
we
man.
planned to pick up from Sarah at work on Saturday and then go out again there.
Okay, and now obviously you don't have a phone, so you sort of can't call. So did you just sort of wrote on a serviette like a time and a place that you would meet next? How did you sort of make the next arrangement?
She told me she was working Saturdays, so I'm just going to go meet her at the end of her shift.
And so does she know now that you don't have a phone?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And she's okay with that?
I guess so.
And so last night, I think we were going to make you a little bit late because you called us just before your date was starting. How late were you and was she okay with that?
Oh, she was actually later than me, so it was all right.
Oh, yeah. She's being fashionably late, probably waiting in a bush or something like that for you to walk in first.
Can I ask, with the payphone situation, how much does it cost to call us on a payphone?
All payphones are free.
They're all free now?
What? That's right. Yes, it was a few years ago.
And
they
Wi-Fi
made them
as
all.
well.
Yeah. They made them all free a few years ago.
So you're telling me you can walk up to any payphone, pick it up, punch a number, and call them for free?
Yep.
Oh.
Hey, call us from a payphone, Australia, if you're listening. I'm glad your date went well, Matthew, but look, if you're in the car right now and you're near a payphone, please call us from on 13 24 10 as a number. It won't cost you a damn thing.
Matty, mate, all the best with the future dates, and thanks for calling back.
Thank you. Have a good one.
If you're listening to this podcast at 2 times speed, it's the Ben Lehman Bell Podcast.
Yeah, we do this every week. You just call 13 24 10 and you tell us an incredible story, something that you don't think we would believe, or you could just make something up, and we've got a test with our BS meter if you're having us on. 13 24 10 is our number. Let's kick it off with Carrie. Carrie, good evening. Tell us your story.
Hey, yeah. So I was about 12. I'm 63 now. We were at friend's farm. We're in the back of a ute. There were probably 10 people spotlighting. Midnight. We hadn't even caught a fox. My dad throws his hands up in the air and says, we couldn't even catch a rabbit, and brings down a duck in his hand.
So he stuck his arm up and a duck flew into his hand.
The duck just happened to fly into his hand and he said, got a duck.
What?
Yeah, you know what? We're getting the BS meter out now, and I think you're telling the truth.
Oh, absolutely. I was 10 and I'm 63 now, and I just told my dad this story at his 90th birthday last weekend.
That's so good. We couldn't even catch a duck in the hand.
And you let the duck go and it lived happily ever after, yes?
I don't think you want to know the answer to that, Belle.
Yeah, that was Peking duck for sure. 13 24 10. If you've got a story, true or false, we'll test out our BS meter. Tegan in Brizzy, what happened to you?
Hey, I was out fishing with my family and ended up catching a pelican with the hand line.
Yeah, okay. I'll get the BS meter out for this one. You're telling the truth, right? You caught a pelican?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I believe
I
that.
believe it. It was pretty straight up and
Hang
down.
on, Tegan, how? What?
Well, it's just fishing, and then a pelican's obviously taken the bait, and obviously we'd release the pelican after that. But that makes sense.
Or you just had your line out and a pelican swam across it and it got tangled up.
Yeah.
And then you cut it free, yeah?
Oh, no, I wasn't able to. It just sort of took off with the line on it.
Yep. But it had a bit of gusto about it when it flew away. It looked all right.
Yeah, it looked fine. Yeah,
Oh,
it would have been all right?
Hopefully. Me and my family often joke about it catching a fish or something.
That's good.
Okay, so that pelican's in a lot of pain. And it probably
pelican just catches
suffered.
a Tommy Ruff or something just on the handrail.
No. All right.
See, I mean, pelicans, they've got a big gullet on them. They can eat a lot of fish, but you give a pelican a fishing rod, it'll never go hungry.
Stop.
New necklace, Gary.
Stop. No, we're having no more catching of animals stories, please.
Ange, in Melbourne, did you catch an animal, or is it a different type of story?
Different type of story.
Okay,
guys.
go for it.
Good.
A few years back, I was living in London and I was sitting at home on a Friday night watching TV, and I got hit with a petrol bomb in a case of mistaken identity. It was gang related.
Oh my gosh.
For real? I mean, you said that sort of with the tone that you were hit with a petrol bomb. I'm just going to get the BS meter out. I mean, it's obviously a tall tale, but I think you're telling the truth.
I am telling the
That's
truth.
crazy.
Oh, man. I mean, were you, like, in a car or were you inside, sorry?
No, it was in my living room. So, there was gang-related. It was local turf war. And they got the wrong house. They broke the window, threw the petrol bomb at my head, hit the back wall. I got shot in petrol and set a light.
Oh,
and I mean, obviously you're okay.
Oh, I am now, yes. Yep.
Whoa.
And so I'm back in Australia, obviously. You just wanted to get out of there.
Yeah. So a few years back now, but yeah.
That is an incredible experience to live through, honestly.
That's going to be one of the more wild stories we've had, right? Someone got petrol bombed.
Petrol bombed.
Oh, well, Ange, I'm so happy you're okay. Thank you for giving us a buzz. Mel in Sydney, where you're testing our BS meter. Tell us your story.
Okay, I was scuba diving in the Barrier Reef, and when I came up, the boat that had taken us out there had gone. So I had to bob around for 2 hours waiting till they came back.
I mean, that does happen, right? You see stories about that.
There's that movie as well.
Yeah.
With the couple that get
Open
left out
water.
there. Yeah, and is that a true story? Did someone
Based on
die?
true- yes.
Yeah.
Imagine
wow.
it was based on Mel.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get the BS meter out and see. We think you're telling the truth.
False. It's a lie.
Ah, she got us.
You'd just seen Open Water. You were giving us the bloody movie. So anyone could have called up and said, yeah, like I was at a restaurant and then the chef took his hat off and there was a rat under there making the dinner. And we would go, oh, that's like Ratatouille. That's happened before. We should have known.
Mel, well done. You did trick us with the BS meter, and as promised, you got yourself 12 months worth of KO.
Oh, thank you. Woo!
No worries. Have a great night.
And that's it.
Liked that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Bell.